It's early morning, St. Johns County. I'm the philosopher pirate, and this is Florida at Large. I want to apologize for the audio issues. I'm working on it, folks. I have good wildlife microphones, but as far as myself, when I want to selectively remove a little bit of wind noise or a lot of wind noise or the seashore noise or traffic noise when I'm shooting a video, I'm just not finding the right microphone. And I just don't have any extra funds right now. I'm stranded. The van is wrecked. Not beyond all recognition. I don't want some insurance investigator. But it's currently not drivable. My arm is injured. I'm going to try not to move my arm around too much and hurt myself, because then while the pain happens, I lose my train of thought, and it makes this even worse of a rambling video than it already is, because I'm naturally rambling, because that's the nature of this video, hence its title, Florida Ramblings. Anyways, I'm still lingering, and that's basically the theme of this. I've been lingering for a while. Since that maniac, and I can officially call him that, because when you using the colloquial, when you reach out to basically all I wanted to do was talk, and this clown, calls the police. Okay, if there isn't any admission of guilt, I don't know what there is. Okay. Anyways, if he wasn't guilty, why doesn't he assist me with my investigation to determine who was behind the swatting of myself? So since he's the only one that did not cooperate of all the individuals that I contacted, I would have to say he's probably the one that's guilty, using Occam's razor and, and maybe Sherlock Holmes, eliminate everything. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But eliminate, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, if I can speak this morning. When you eliminate everything that's possible, no matter what remains, no matter how improbable, is likely the truth. And that's where we're at on that. But anyways, I've been lingering. After that swatting incident, I started to get back on my feet. And someone continually sabotaged myself with accusations and so forth, which led me to lose a good, a good job with corporate America, and I really enjoyed the job, and I was doing a damn good job. And I was told that many times by the people that I was working with, that they had not had that type of results with anyone else. But it was sabotaged. And then I tried getting a job after that, and by that time now, all of this stuff had probably become record, because I sent over 500, possibly up to 800, maybe even more, resumes, CVs, and applications, and so forth. Ghosted almost every one of them. These big companies don't have the courtesy to contact anyone. Like back in the 1980s, if I would send a resume, I would actually receive a reply thanking me and letting them know that my application or my resume was put on file, so to speak. Not today. These companies are just, they're you know what? I'm not going to say a word, because I don't want to get myself into a defamation lawsuit, but they're despicable. That's a good word. Despicable. Anyways, it leaves me lingering, and I'm still lingering. And I don't want to sound like woe is me, but woe really is me right now, and I need some help. I only need a few $100s, alone. I don't need a donation. If somebody wants to donate, that's fine. But I will do my damnedest to pay it back, even if someone wants to donate. That's not my intention. My intention is to be able to focus on negotiating my settlement, so that I can repay everyone that has been kind enough to loan me money, monies, funds, whatever, but also to, um, go forward with my life and resume shooting these videos. And hopefully I can do that. I hope I can receive the help. Otherwise, folks, I'm on the verge of bankruptcy. And I don't mean to be dramatic. I'm just being realistic. I'm on the verge of bankruptcy. And this would not be a bankruptcy where I just run away from everything. I need to buy time. Just like President Trump did several times in his life, and I believe Ted Turner, the famous billionaire, and so forth. People file bankruptcy because it basically stays, which is a legal term, freeze block, I've heard it said. It just stops everything in its tracks. Because right now I'm going to be losing my storage units. The one that's I'm in most jeopardy with has my birth certificate. It has vital legal documents. It has evidence dealing with my case. And I'm going, and also several $1,000s, actually it's several tens of thousands of dollars of inventory, which I was planning on selling. People say, well, why don't you just sell it? Well, that's what I was intending on doing, but I couldn't access the unit to sell the items so that I could pay the storage bills. And now I'm injured and I have a vehicle that is immobilized. So I need a little help to pay those bills so that I can facilitate my settlement with the law enforcement agency and then repay and then sell the items in storage. And also it will allow me time to fix this vehicle and hopefully remedy my injury, which apparently is going to require minor surgery. But I'm not absolutely sure on any of that because I'm not able to get the best medical care because very few medical care places accept the auto insurance, and I'm currently fighting with Florida Medicaid to get onto that. Folks, if anybody out there can help me, with all this, please contact me. I would sincerely appreciate it. I really need some help, not just with the financial, but with the stupidity with the insurance situation and everything. Also, what I need assistance on, I've been analyzing my crash. I have dash cam, and I don't want to put the dash cam on this YouTube or any other, Rumble or whatever, X. At this time, maybe even TikTok. I've been avoiding TikTok, folks, because several jobs that I interviewed for, basically, or applied for, I shouldn't say interviewed, applied, specifically asked if I used TikTok or had an account on TikTok or shared. So there still is some worry among defense type contractor companies, high security companies, cybersecurity, that TikTok is possibly connected with some bad actors. So I have kind of avoided it because I've been told by people, you should go on TikTok. Well, I've been avoiding it for job prospects, but maybe I'll change that now because obviously I'm not getting a job. And I'm sorry about the poor grammar. Anyways, I've been analyzing the video, the dash cam video. What has occurred to me is the dog is almost certainly injured prior to myself striking it. There is a vehicle parked in the opposing lane. What that tells me is, just from circumstantial conjecture, is that vehicle had already struck the dog prior to my arrival on the scene, and then I struck the dog again. And then that vehicle left the scene soon thereafter. Not immediately, but soon. Within 3 or 4 minutes, would be my estimation. I could be even less. Okay, therefore, if that vehicle caused my incident directly by pushing an object, in this case it was a living animal, into my path, then I'm dealing with a hit and run. And since I'm injured and the vehicle's not drivable, that's a felony. Okay, now maybe I'm missing something with the law, if there's an expert out there that can help me. But if you would not mind distributing this video, this incident occurred in Putnam County. if you happen to watch this video and you know who you are, if you push that dog into my path, please contact with me. I will not seek filing a report with law enforcement, as long as you provide financial responsibility, because I'm in a mess. If you help me out, that's the best I can do. Now, if someone else files a report, there's nothing I can do about that. That's up to the state attorney. However that works in that county. I don't know who the acting individual is, but I've got a state attorney, who won't even proceed with an attempted murder, swatting. So, it's unlikely they're going to pursue anything unless the victim, like myself, insists. But even then, a state attorney in the state of Florida, in my experience, is worthless. Okay, and I can say that without worry of a defamation lawsuit because I am dealing with it firsthand. Not to say they're all like that, but look at my experience, folks. If you could please do that, and if someone has information, I would appreciate it, because my insurance should not have to suffer. My insurance record, possibly my credit report, if there's not enough to pay for the medical bills, should not have to suffer because of the irresponsibility of another. And simple as that. I understand, you hit a dog and it stumbles around and someone else hits it and that dog might have crossed their path. It's not initially their responsibility. But once they left the scene, it becomes solely their responsibility in the eyes of the law, unless I'm misreading something. Okay, unless they can provide some type of proof of who that dog belongs to, or who that dog belongs, use better grammar. That's what I'm helping. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to linger. I'm going to be forced to file bankruptcy because I'm not getting any help, folks. Churches, charities, organizations, I'm not receiving help. Okay, I need some assistance, and again, I will repay. I don't know how I can, and I just hurt my arm again. I've got to relax. I've got to relax. Got to stop moving it. I'm just, I'm here pounding the seat, and I'm getting excited, and it'll make me lose track, and it is. We get back to the theme. That's linger. I need to stop lingering in my life, and I need a little bit of a boost, not a lingering boost. Don't send me food, because all that does is let me linger. I can receive food from the food bank, and I'm eligible for food stamps. Okay, and honestly, kind people are bringing me food. Okay, and I'm not going to be ungrateful, but it's only allowing me to linger. It's allowing me to have a full stomach while I watch everything fall apart around me. Okay, and so I'm not dismissing the generosity. I appreciate it sincerely, but I cannot linger. I need to move forward with my life. I need to resolve the injustices so that they do not occur to another. I need all of this to happen. And so if anyone can assist me, please, you can assist me with information. If I could determine who this, that would help me a great deal. If they could provide their insurance information or some other type of financial responsibility, and that would help me out of this mess. But it's not going well right now. Things are being delayed, which is causing me to linger, and it's forcing me to perhaps ruin my credit and cause a lot of calamity. I do not need another legal situation. I really do not. So please help, folks. I'm gonna try my best for the Give, Send, Go and the GoFundMe. The reason why those weren't uploaded yet is because I keep getting interrupted by passerbys, people intentionally causing me trouble. There are people that do that, folks. They want to bomb your video and photographs. And I just had terrible weather. And further, I have been extremely exhausted. I don't know what's wrong. I'm assuming it's just the pain, but I am fighting to stay awake all the time. Maybe it's depression. Maybe it's a combination of all. Maybe I caught the latest COVID because I heard that's going around. I don't know, but I have no energy. And maybe it's nutrition. Maybe the food I'm eating is not, agreeing with me. But I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to persevere. This is deliberate perseverance is the name of this van. And I'm going to continue doing exactly that. And hopefully, um, one of you folks out there can help me with information and financially. And again, it is a loan. It is a loan. I'm repeating things because I don't know about this microphone situation. And I don't know until I stop the video and then listen and then, oh, okay, it was terrible. But hopefully this one is not. And I guess that's maybe a good spot because I'm getting long again. So I'm going to basically say, it's early morning, St. Johns County. I'm the Philosopher Pirate, and this is Florida at Large.